Hey everybody, welcome to episode 38 of the Louisville Sluggers podcast. I'm here with David Hummel. Made a hilarious joke. It's been a decade since I've done one of these, so I'm glad that I can have you back on, my guy. We're just going to do a super short episode. We're going to talk MLB top five, top 10 rankings, I believe, the NL Central, what's happening there, and then David's take as a Phillies fan, the up and down roller coaster, and then same for the Yankees over here. Take it away, David.
All right. Well, first off, you know, pun intended with your decades joke. I get it. Um, by the way, pay tuned to Louisville Sluggers for seeing our manager draft, which should be
Oh
starting
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
a couple hours or minutes or whenever we feel like
yeah.
it.
This week for sure. We're going to start it this
This
week.
week, for
Yeah, yeah.
sure. Okay. So, if any of you know about what happened with the MLB Power Rankings, you would notice that there's a brand new contender in the top five, and that just happens to be a little club by the name of the Arizona Diamondbacks. They jumped from seven last week, which kind of makes me wonder, um, are the Dodgers' days numbered in terms of running the NL West?
Mm,
You look at what Arizona brings to the table. They have Corbin Carroll, who's just
yeah,
who most likely will be the front runner for National League Rookie of the Year this year. You have Zach Gallen emerging as a very solid dark horse Cy Young candidate. And you have Ketel Marte just being Ketel Marte. And you add on Lourdes Gurriel, who you acquired in trade from Toronto. You got yourself a really nice and wacky club, and I like it. Um, the fact
yeah. I
that
mean, on yeah. Go ahead, keep going.
the, they're currently 3.5 games up on the Dodgers right now on a 5-game winning streak, about to welcome my Phillies to town for a very crucial 4-game set. Um, I really do think that this is going to be a make or break series for both clubs. Philly has a chance to eat up at Miami's second place lead and Atlanta's first place lead, and Arizona will have to fend off the Dodgers, who again only 3.5 back. That can get all wiped off in a 4-game set. So just got to be very very careful with how those things are going. Um,
Yeah. Let
what
me
do you got?
list the teams that have 40 or more wins.
Um,
And I'm going to go in the order of those you expect, and then those the most surprising.
all right.
Tampa Bay, they're at 48, right? So they're almost at 50. I mean, incredible season they're having. I'm sure they're gonna do great in all things.
Yeah.
Then you have in second a tie between two different ball clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You have Texas Rangers, which are on a very hot streak right now. Jake is actually at the game right now in the all you can eat seats.
Wow. I'm
If I
jealous.
I would have, yeah, I didn't know that it was. I would have gone tonight for sure for that. And then Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah.
But I mean, what is this? What is this? Baltimore. I'm so proud of what they're doing over there. They showed
Mm-hmm.
a lot of promise last year, and
Yeah.
then Atlanta Braves 40 wins,
That
and
doesn't
then
surprise me.
Arizona. No, that doesn't surprise me. That's
No.
that's in line. Arizona 40 wins,
Yeah. No.
25 losses. I mean, they're ahead of everybody. Like you said, the power ranking is absolutely crazy. What's going on over there?
Yeah. The fact that, Baltimore is doing good when we were giving them so much doo-doo about how they were run probably 3, 4 years ago. And look at where that led them to. They are second in the AL East. Texas, you just lost DeGrom for the year. DeGrom once again
No,
decided
I know.
his elbow needs to be amputated, I guess. You have Nate
Replacement, million
Eovaldi.
dollar man replacement. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And Nate Eovaldi, again, when you bring in Bruce Bochy as your new manager, you are guaranteed to have something fun pop up. Um, Texas is leading Houston by 5 games. Who
Yeah,
in
isn't
the
that
world
crazy?
had that? And who in the world had Arizona on their bingo cards leading the NL
Hmm.
West? That just
Hmm.
refuses to make sense to me, because Arizona is that team that, once again, 2, 3, 4 years ago, we were laughing at them because of how poorly they were run, how poorly they played things up. Now
Yeah.
it's a complete 180, and I give
Yeah.
Arizona
Well,
and
the wild
Baltimore.
card race is going to be so tight
Yeah, it's
already. It's, I mean, it's It's already
It's
June. It's almost halfway, exactly halfway point of the year. So
yeah,
if you look at it 365, but I mean, if you're looking at it a baseball season, this is, I mean, for Baltimore, for the Rangers, for the Diamondbacks, they've given themselves like some cushion to like make a little bit of mistakes and then learn
yep,
from them, and then still have like a pretty tremendous lead in their wins and losses.
yeah.
You don't want to go on that streak the Yankees went on. What was it last year, where like they were like crazy great, and
Oh,
then went on the worst streak of
yeah.
like franchise history? That was
It was
terrible. Yeah, that was awful, man.
it went
That was awful.
down.
They were playing 500 ball for the longest time. It was a bad
Yeah,
watch.
it was. My gosh, I
So you wanted to talk about the NL Central. I'm looking
I
at it right now.
okay.
I mean, there's two teams over 500, but just barely. I mean, the
Okay.
Pirates are still in the lead, though. I
No,
mean,
so someone needs to call whoever runs the Pirates and whoever runs MLB and be like, all right, the gig is up. Can we go back to just meddling in the basement again? No one
yeah,
expected Pittsburgh, you know, almost a new laughing stock of the league to be this good.
yeah.
You would
It's
expect
pretty funny, man.
you would
Here's
expect
what I'm looking
someone.
at that's making me
Sorry.
laugh is Pittsburgh. Their run differential is +2, and St. Louis Cardinals are -1 on the run differential, and it's two totally different stories. I mean, the Cardinals are 27 and 39.
Yeah.
I mean, that's terrible for them. And then the Pirates are 34 and 30. I mean, they're barely over 500 themselves, but it's
Yeah.
going to be it's honestly a toss up, I think, between the Reds, the Brewers, and the Pirates to win the division. But if we know the Brewers to be the Brewers, they'll probably go on some really good August run,
Yeah.
and just kind of give themselves help themselves out. And then, Pirates and the Reds. I know the Reds have, dabbled with a little bit of recent postseason, but they didn't really last long, I believe, right?
No, it
So,
didn't really last long. Their last postseason appearance
no,
was in the Mickey Mouse 2020.
right,
And
right.
and even
So,
then
yeah.
they foiled horrendously to Atlanta. But here's where I don't understand. How can a team like St. Louis, who they had one of the best years of, I believe, their whole franchise last year, where they went, if I can get the
Hmm.
numbers here, they went 93 and 69. And the fact that you had Paul Goldschmidt and Albert Pujols basically making Mashers and Bash happen.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Goldie was in line for almost a triple crown before he fell off.
Yep.
How in the world now are you, as St. Louis, behind the Reds and the Cubs? The Reds,
Yeah,
mind you,
the Cubs. Well, it was 2021 where they sold all their pieces off, right?
yes, 2021 and
Yeah,
2022 was when basically everything decided to fall off.
yeah.
But still,
And the
the Cubs
Cardinals are
make
going
themselves.
through it. Arenado was ice cold for the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah, and Goldie was too. But that doesn't explain the fact that Cincinnati, who is and was a bottom feeder for the better part of the last 4 years, this counting
Yeah,
2020, they're in third place with Ellie De La Cruz basically murdering baseball families.
yeah, yeah. That's
Like,
right. Yeah, that's true.
what are you doing? You
Yeah,
started off like 2-20 last year. Everyone hated your GM and your owner. Now you're out here. You're somewhat respectable. What are you doing?
yeah. I it's I'm at a loss for words this year because there's so many teams spending ludicrous amounts of money and underperforming on a scale that's almost unbelievable.
Yeah,
It almost seems fake, and yet it's not. So it's pretty crazy to see. Now what that means in terms of, manager spending at the end of this year. I'm sure they'll still spend a ton of money. The Shohei sweepstakes would be crazy.
yeah. Shohei's going
But
to be the story of everything this offseason.
yeah,
Like
yeah, rightfully so. I just would love for him to actually win a championship, because that would be the fairy tale story, I think.
yeah,
Or just find himself in the postseason
yeah. I
for
mean,
one time.
I have a feeling right now, and I was asked this by someone yesterday. Where in the world would Shohei go after this offseason? Because Artie Moreno's not going to give the whole thing for Shohei. He's going to request something big because he wants that championship. The Dodgers right now, I feel, are going to go all in to try to get Shohei. The Padres are going to make their move to try to go all in on Shohei. What everyone should be doing right now is just reminiscing what they're doing. They're preparing for something that they might not even have happen. Because as soon as Shohei signs, he's going to get a buttload of money. And if you really look at it deep enough, I feel like there's only 4 teams that he could possibly land in. And they're those with the highest markets. And who am I talking about? You're talking about the Dodgers. You're talking about the Yankees. You're talking about the Mets. And you're most likely going to be talking about the Phillies. It's going to be one of those
I
4
can
spots.
see, yeah, I think if the Mets didn't go and spend so much money on Verlander, they could have definitely invested and thought more about like Shohei,
Yeah.
but yeah, because that was a 2-year deal. I think he did there, right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Verlander. Yeah,
He's a
I mean,
2-year
maybe there was
deal.
an opt out, but I mean, he ain't
Yeah.
gonna opt out.
But here's also
I
here's,
yeah,
here's my Shohei take as well. He is
yeah.
one bad season away from being forgotten about. Because
I don't think so. I don't think
so
so.
here's my argument. Is it great that there's a two-way pitcher hitter in baseball for the first time since Babe Ruth? Hell yes. Do not get me wrong on that. The only concern is if a team becomes too relied on him, that they wear him down and they
Oh
just
yeah.
cannot do anything else because they're too obsessed with Shohei. Because as soon as Shohei's gone, okay, where's the rest of your pitching? Where's the rest of your offense? Can they contribute? It's
I
basically
mean, my argument would be that's already happening.
yeah,
I
because
think if he was on any other team like the Dodgers or somebody else, they'd be a lot more careful with him. I mean, he was injured pretty quickly after he came into MLB, right?
yeah, he had elbow troubles. Like he was
Right.
probably if Sosha or Madden or whoever it was left him out for probably 1 or 2 more games, he most likely would have had Tommy John surgery. He would not have won MVP back in 21, and he would
No.
still be as forgettable as um Tatsunori Fujinama or something. Like
Yeah.
it's horrendous.
I think that there's going to be some the Padres have all this money they keep throwing out. I don't know. I honestly think they're done. I don't think he's going to go to the Padres. If he does, the rotation with him and Darvish will be great.
Yeah, you can
It's a
get
good
K.
one too, right there for sure. But I
Yeah.
think I just don't think the Padres is going to happen. I think I can rule out I don't see Toronto in this. I don't see the
Mm-mm.
Red Sox in this.
Mm-mm.
Baltimore, no way.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, no way. Yankees, I don't think really. They put all their money in Judge, so I don't think they're
And
gonna
it and
do
you
that.
also still have a bunch of money in Garrett Cole and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to a
yeah.
lesser
There's
extent Carlos
already
Rodon.
Stanton's still going on to like
Oh yeah,
2028 or something. It's stupid.
that tub of lard.
Yeah, that was a dumb one. I think that you could see I still see the Mets because Cohen can throw whatever he wants to throw at it, right?
Yeah, and
But
also
I do think you'll see the Dodgers really try. I think they
yeah,
want another piece, and then he'll just help them so much.
the one pitching thing that I never thought of. Imagine Kodai Sengai and Shohei Ohtani as a 1-2.
That's true. That's true.
That's
I
stupid.
mean, I would not be shocked at all if the Mets just threw a ridiculous number out just so they could say it. When's Scherzer's rotation done or not rotation? When is his contract done?
Oh heavens! I no, his is 2. Oh, that's right. His is 2 years and Verlander's 3. So I feel like
Okay.
he has
So
two more. He
Scherzer
has
would
two
be
more
gone
years.
by the end of this year anyway.
Yeah, most likely requesting an opt out, or he's gonna retire because he's starting to show age, which I can't believe I
Um,
just said.
I gotta see his salary. Okay, so oh no, he has a player option for next year.
Oh, sugar plums. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, he's taking that. That's a 43.3 player option.
Absolutely, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, why would you not take it? Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
So yeah, I mean that would be crazy if
Yeah.
that's Scherzer, Verlander, Shohei, I mean,
Uh-huh.
nuts. That'd be absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Wow,
All
that'd
right.
be nuts, man.
So
Um,
we got that out of the way.
yeah. We
What
got
in
enough
the
two topics already done.
what in the hell is going on with New York? I just refuse to understand what it
I was
is
so
you
mad
guys are
last
doing.
night. I was watching the Yankee Boston game, and it was close. It was like 2-1.
It
And then
was
I'm like
yeah.
watching it, and like I'm like, you guys have like, what are these? What are these at bat? Number one, like they're just atrocious. And then like the minute they try to put anything together, it's just over faster than you can blink. Everybody was giving Torres some crap yesterday on that miss throw, and like, yeah, he should have tried a little harder. He should have tried a little harder. And then, that put a runner in scoring position. And then the next guy, then he walked the next guy. And it's like, that's the mistake right there. Don't be walking the next guy.
Yeah.
And then and then the bunt. And then it's just like, game's tied. Then the next inning, they can't put anything together, but they go in the extras. And then, like, Boston takes a 3-2 lead.
Yeah.
And then it turns into Billy McKinney's up with the runner on second with DJ at second. Billy does his job. I mean, he hits it to almost to the pole on the right, almost a walk off, really. Then he
Mm-hmm.
gets him over to third. That's one out. Then you have a terrible at bat by just is the worst at bat I've maybe ever seen in like recent Yankee watches from
That's some
Trevino. It was five pitches like 4.5 pitches, four straight balls he swung at,
mm-hmm.
fouled two of them off, then struck out on like a close one or whatever, and then that's two out. Then Volpe is up, and everyone has belief in him, but I think he's just like, if he had hit that walk off homer the other night that he
Yeah.
missed, it'd be a different conversation because it would show a little bit more clutch ability.
Yeah.
But all we needed for him to do is just single, and like he couldn't even do that, and he's overpowered right now, and it's just we have our other prospect shortstop doing very well in the minors, and it's like, honestly, it's no hard feelings. Derek Jeter got sent down once, like, send him
Yeah.
down. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever, man. You got to do what's going to make you win a game. You can't rely on the same thing. And like, I understand it. It sucks to be in that position, but like he's not really doing well. So it's like you got to make sure your team wins. So let's flip it to your Phillies, man, because like
I
Schwarber in June. I mean, what's happening there? Then you have
yeah.
Castellanos going deep.
Yeah.
So are they turning it around or what?
Usually this is where I say yes, because we have never been a club that is active in March, April, and then we sort of wake up in May and then we just explode in June and July. The thing that I've been noticing is we're just so damn like flip-flop that we flip sides faster than someone who's unsure about how to vote for the first time. You know, if you look at everything that happened before the season started, Bryce getting Tommy John, we were thinking that he would be out until possibly this time, if not the next
True.
month. He's
It's
back.
true.
He's starting to get a little bit more into the groove. You have Schwarber, who, at batting average aside, is one of the best consistent home run hitters. And then you have Nick Castellanos, who's starting to turn it around and actually be a legitimate force, and who's now batting third, knocking Harper down
I
to his
mean, 312. I mean,
yeah.
312.
He's been doing very well recently, and I'm like, I've been badgering him so much because last year, especially in the playoffs, he was a walking strikeout magnet that made
Hmm.
comparisons to Ryan Howard look good. Trey Turner
Trey
has
Turner needs to
he
step it up, right?
he's doing something. If there's a thing where if we perform horribly the first year and then we rebound the second year, I'm okay with it. You know,
That's usually what happens with like big acquisitions. They usually aren't doing too great. But I will say in June though, he's looking pretty good in June.
yeah, his average has picked up a
Second
bit.
most hits in June. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also picking up in stolen bases as well. He's tied with JT for the most stolen bases. Now, if we could clone Taiwan Walker into 4 other starting pitchers, I will be happy because he has really started to cement himself as a good number 3 or even a number 4 starter behind Nola and Wheeler and then Ranger, Nola has to get his
Mhm.
act together because I don't even know what the hell's going on with him anymore. He's there's moments where he flirted with a no-no against Detroit last week, and then he came up on Saturday and got absolutely shelled in a 9-0 blowout loss.
Is is he
It's
a trade piece? What's his contract?
so his contract is up at the end of this year.
Okay, so do you think if they don't like where they're at, they might trade him?
I think so. I honestly think so because he's after Shohei, he's going to be the biggest arm that's going to be available for any team really. Um, I really do think that if he gets set down to the minors for a start or two just to figure things out, like you said, with how they sent Judah
Yeah,
down, I'm with it. Just
a shadow, maybe like a fake IL
yeah,
situation
exactly. Fake a DL
or a
day.
fatigue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And have him just cool his jets for a bit because we've been expecting so much out of him because this is a contract year for him. He's either going to get paid
yeah, yeah.
or walk.
Well, you're
Um,
talking about contract years, and you remind me of Luis Severino, and it's like,
that little
man, 26, what was it, 2017, 20, it's like 2015, 2017. Like, I loved watching him. 2018, he had like one of his best years in terms of wins. Like, and then it was like, oh man, he's so great. And then
yeah.
it's like injured, 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 injured. 2022 comes back, and then like, at least he made some stuff. But man, he's just always injured. And it's like the hype was he got third in Cy Young votes in 2017, and then
Hmm.
just not been the same Severino for me, man.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
I'm
I
ready to
think
kind of move on.
if they can split the series with Arizona, I will be happy. If they can win the series, I'll be even happier. I doubt there's going to
Yeah.
be a sweep, but we've won, I believe, the past 3 series that we've had. We won the series against Washington, we swept Detroit, and then we just beat LA, which I thought was surprising given that LA is such a powerhouse. But then again, they're battling injuries to their starting rotation. I think that if Philly can do something on this road trip where they face Arizona and then they go to Oakland. I mean, you can never count out Oakland just because they're Oakland and the fact that they just won
Yeah,
means something.
I know. I know.
I really do think that
Funny you say that. Yeah.
we can pull ourselves into a position where we have a day off next Monday, and then we're at home against the Braves and then the Mets. I do think that if we can win 3 or 4 of these games that we have on the road, we're going to be good to possibly take over second place from the Marlins. I really do think
I
that
mean, I could certainly see that. Let me look at the I gotta look
we
at
we
what's
trail
the wild card on the other side now,
we
the
are a
NL
game
side.
and a half behind the Brewers. I look
Yeah, yeah.
so
Game and a half behind Giants. So
oh
yeah, a
yeah,
game and a half behind the Brewers. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
yeah.
right. Yeah,
But
Brewers. Yeah.
even
I
still,
mean, yeah, the Marlins. I mean, they're surprising me. I didn't realize they were the same
Luis
37-29. I mean,
Luis Arias is
oh yeah,
basically
yeah,
Ted
yeah.
Williams 2.0.
I'm
So
always shocked about how I keep losing. Dude, I don't know how I keep losing week to week in our fantasy, man. Like I'm up every day. I'm up like like 5 of the 7 days I'm in the lead, and it's like I'll even check on the 6th day, in the morning. I'm like, all right, still in the lead, and then it's like by 10 p.m. Saturday night, I have no chance of ever coming back and winning, and I'm just like, how? But it's all good, whatever. I thought
whatever,
I'd have a chance, and I can't do
whatever.
anything about it. I mean, I have some stellar players, and it's just not happening at the right time.
Yeah,
Um, but all right, any closing statements? Anything else you want to add? It's been good to just talk quickly.
yeah. As we approach this very crucial point of our teams' seasons, I
Yeah.
sincerely hope that we can at least figure out something. Um, if we can't, then
Yeah.
God help us. God have mercy on our souls, and may we continue to have fun with our draft.
Yeah, I just need the Yankees to play like 2-1 baseball. I don't need them to be crazy good, but I certainly want them to step it up
Yeah,
because they have a chance of not making the playoffs because every other team is in their same category, and you have these dark horses coming out of nowhere this year.
yeah. In the words of Baseball Hall of Famer Wee Willie Keeler, just hit them where they ain't, and hope and
Exactly.
pray for the best.
For sure. David, thanks for coming on, man.
You're welcome, my brother.